Welcome to Jesus TV. Jonathan and I today are going to look at that. You can see it on your screen right now. And this is kind of halfway through it, but what you're going to see is this, this body of water coming down, and it starts as a trickle. So Jonathan's going to share some thoughts on that. So Jonathan, we're about at the point where it comes back to the trickle. There we go. Go ahead.
So what these guys did, you can tell there's a river or something up above, and it probably empties into the ocean a little ways down. But they cut a little trench to reroute this river, and they just let it go. Once they cut the little tiny trench, it was just a trickle to begin with, and you can kind of see it there trickling down. You can see, though, there's a big body of water up above, and then it gets bigger and bigger as it comes down. Here's this boy's kind of going across the top, trying not to get caught in the... And now you can see it's like this torrent. It's getting bigger and bigger. And then here, we'll watch here in a second, there's a guy that kind of goes down. He's thinking about, you'll see him in a minute. He's thinking about riding his little wakeboard. Here he is. But now it's so huge, he doesn't dare, because it's
That's right,
like a river coming down. And all that happened just because the water and the gravity and everything. I saw this the other day, and it made me think about what we were talking about the other day. It's a real simple principle, and I don't know how much we'll really talk about it today, but I thought it's kind of like that's how it is. It's like that's what I'm kind of trying to do, I think, and maybe all of us are, in the sense of like, like last time I placed a little ad, and I tried to spend a little bit of money in a way that it seemed like the heavens would be happy with. And of course, I try to do that with my time too, to spend my time in a way that, and there's this idea that it's like that which is above is like looking down, and whenever we do something that is in keeping with the intent of that which is higher, that naturally, by no like help of our own, it kind of God does something. He can do something with our little efforts, and that's kind of what you were saying too. But I'll let you comment.
Yeah, when Jonathan sent this link, I liked it for a proposal for a small episode. And what I see there is the power of a small and simple thing and how it can bring about great things. So when I woke up this morning, when Jesus woke me up early, he emphasized something that's really kind of, you can say it in just a few words, but it has this power right here. If you can believe these words, that Jesus is always present with me, always. And that he always has been from the moment I was born, and he always will be. He is present even now. And so feeling that is where I'm working towards. That's, for me, the purpose of Jesus TV is as an exercise to feel like Christ is with me, to sense his presence. And I'm doing that, of course. One of the ways you could do that is whatever you're looking towards, you'll begin to think about that thing. And the things that you think about, you'll start feeling about them. And then you'll also start talking about them. So we talk of Christ, we preach of Christ, we prophesy of Christ. Well, we look to Christ. And you actually start talking to them in one form or another. So we talk to Christ. And when you've got that many elements working together, it can create a feeling like he's here. He's here. And that's what I'm looking for. I don't feel like he's here in a very dramatic fashion. I believe it. Believe me, I believe it. But even the devils believe in Jesus. So the channel I'm trying to carve out, like that one right there, I want to feel it like this thing eventually gets. It's just a rushing, powerful feeling. Often, always would be great, but if not, that's what I want to feel. And so it's when I woke up this morning, he had me put that, what's called the gate. It's a gate for my mind. So www.getmorejesus.com. is a place that people can visit, but it's where I visit every morning to go, okay, what's this all about? When I say what this all about, everything in my life, everything. Give me a story, Greg. Tell me what it's all about. And I think it's about, this morning anyways, it's about feeling like Christ is with me and feel good about that and trust that, and then feel that way throughout eternity. And then that's what it's all about. What is eternity? That's what all eternity is about. And so I need that whole body of water feeling. If that water that's coming down is feeling, can you feel it now? Woo! I hope it carries me away. But how does it start? It starts like I did this morning, just with a belief that's stated in one paragraph, and then taking that paragraph and building all kinds of systems to channel that energy. That's what I get at it this morning.
Well, cool. I appreciate that. I think that's the basic idea. I'm trying to think if I had any other thoughts about it.
Well, and maybe it means different things when you look at that, the people we're talking to, I guess. What does that make you think of? Because it could be a bad thing. Oh, so if you let a little devil in, here comes the devil. He's going to come rushing in. This is true. Yeah, there's different lessons that people might be able to draw. So anyways, it's a good visual, and I like that you shared it, because it's something that can be in my mind as that's kind of a feeling. When you look at that, you can connect those feelings to it. So that's all I got.
I think the reason that I really, I guess, I was like, oh, that's such a cool thought, is that I personally, and this goes to something you've talked about, Greg, and I'll close with this, and then we'll make this a short episode. But I've really gotten to the point in my life where I just need things to really work, and so to work, it seems like the world is always pushing uphill. It's like they're pushing against nature, they're pushing against God, you might say. In a lot of instances, it's like, I got to get around these impediments, and I've gotten to a place in my life when I start to realize that it's futile. My whole psyche will just kind of start to shut down. I can't even make myself do it when I realize. And so I love this here, because the idea is I want to do something which, in my life, in every aspect of my life, both every day of the week, every moment of every day, I want it to be in harmony, not just with this world and with what is, going to actually work, but also with with the higher world. And that's why I love that there was a higher pool of higher water, and then there was lower water. And it's like, well, I want to do something that it's like I'm not fighting against, I'm not trying to make the water go uphill. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's what it seems like much of my life I've spent doing, is I'm trying to make water go uphill. And
Right.
it's like, I want to be doing something for my daily life, my daily interaction with my family, my daily bread, as far as what I'm doing for a living. It has to be something that for me feels like, all I have to do is just carve it out and make it go downhill. And then, like nature and God and the angels, they all kind of get behind me and make it all happen, so that my life is all one thing. It's like, it just flows. And that's all I want to, unless you have another thought about that, that's just, I think, what I wanted to finish
Oh,
up
I
with.
like
But
it. Well, I think that's good. So we'll keep this episode short. Those who've watched us before know we can go on for a long time. So God bless you in all your endeavors. And we're going to